Hi! Today we're going to use soft and pretty spring colors with the Stampin' Up! Easter Promise stamp set for clean and simple Easter cards. My clean and simple Easter Promise cards are in fact monochromatic cards. And if you don't know what that means, I'll explain. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 19 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamped smiles. So after I show you how to make my quick and easy clean and simple Easter card, stick around because I'm going to show you the same card in two more soft and pretty spring colors. Here's a closer view of the Easter Promise stamp set. Isn't this pretty? It's from the January through June 2020 Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog. And we'll start by die cutting with the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Aren't these pretty? Also from the January through June mini catalog. Actually, it's part of a bundle with the So Sentimental bundle. And so if you order the two of these together, use the special bundle item number I've listed on the screen, you'll save 10% on both. I love these big greetings. All right, and so our soft, pretty colors, well, they're coming from the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. Aren't these pretty? Now, this is one of the new Celebration choices starting March 3rd, 2020 in my online store. And so you get 2 sheets of each, so 6 with your $50 or more purchase. And wait till you see us use these. Oh, so pretty. So I'm going to grab my die cutting machine and my dies and let's get busy die cutting. I'm using my Big Shot die cutting machine with a magnetic platform. You could also use the Big Shot platform with a thin die adapter, but I like using this. So then we need to build up the appropriate thickness. We need a cutting pad, and then I have Whisper white cardstock, and we'll be stamping on this after we die cut. And anytime you want white cardstock for your handmade cards you're stamping on, you want Whisper white. It has a smooth, tight finish to give you crisp, clean images. And if we're going to make cards, we definitely want them to look as good as possible. So we'll put that down. And then we have this die. Isn't that shape beautiful? It has the stitching around it. So put that raised edge down. There we go. And we'll finish with a cutting pad. And then just crank that through and let it do all the work for us. There's no way I could ever cut that good by hand and get that stitching. All right, so let me get my, there we go, the little spatula from my Take Your Pick tool to get that off of there. And so next I want to cut with the largest rectangle from the same dies. So here's what was happening to me. I was using my magnetic platform and I wasn't quite getting it cut all the way through, even when I did it, 3-4 times. So then I used my precision base plate. Yeah, it cut it, but the precision base plate is not good for these open dies. It will warp them. So I came up with a fix I'm going to share with you. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to do, this is just cardstock. Make myself a little cardstock shim. Now you may not need it. Every machine is hand calibrated, so they're different. But if you come into a situation like that, and you don't want to warp your dies with the wrong type of pad, like the precision base plate with the open dies, think of shimming it, all right? And so then it was the shim, cutting pad, my, this is Purple Posy, and we'll talk about that, from the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper, the die, and a cutting pad. And we'll go ahead and crank this through. And that little bit, that doesn't make it so tight that it's hard on your arm, but tight enough that it made a difference where it cut through for me. And of course that's, well look, of course that's what we want. We want it to cut through. So we have all of our die cutting done, so we're ready to stamp. And so this vellum is Purple Posy. Now the Purple Posy cardstock's available, the Stampin' Blends, and in the 2019-2021 in colors, the marker. But the stamp pad was discontinued. They couldn't stabilize the color. But we're still going to make it work by using the Highland Heather stamp set, and we'll do the technique called stamping off, and it'll make it a lighter version of it, which will work beautifully with this. So I have some scrap paper here, my Highland Heather classic stamp pad. We'll pick it up, slide it in, and a quick swipe on my stamping sleeves in case I picked up ink on that, opening it up. Okay, because I don't want to smudge anything. All right. So we ink this up, make sure it's good and inked, especially in that center, right? It's a big stamp. And then we will stamp on a piece of scrap paper. And so we're stamping off some of the ink to give us a lighter version. And the colors had coordinated so beautifully. I had thought when I saw it that it looked like a lighter version of Highland Heather. So, and we can't see through the stamp, so I can see around it, so I'll be able to stamp just where I want on this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And so to close that, a little push, pull in that lip, and click, and another quick swipe, because I don't want to smudge anything. The stamping sleeves, my mom and I came up with these because I was so tired of ruining my handmade cards by smudging ink on them. So I have a link under the video where you can learn more about it and see if you'd like to stop smudging your cards too. So this greeting, may the promise of his wonderful gift fill your heart with peace and joy. Well, the promise of Easter should do that. And I'm using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad, so it stands out very well. And again, I can't see through the stamp, I can sure see around it, so I know that I've got good placement. And there we go. Oh, very nice. Okay, so while we have things out, we'll put that aside. Inside our card, we will use Happy Easter. So I kind of put them backwards, right? The sentiments on the outside and the greeting inside. Hey, it all works. And this, of course, is from the Easter Promise stamp set. There we go. That's good and inked. And I'm stamping again on the Whisper White. The Purple Posy is a light color. It would show up in there, but it just looks really nice stamped on the white. It looks finished, easier to read, and oh, that looks really good. All right, and so then let's bring back our Highland Heather. Pick it up, slide in, and quick swipe. And again, our piece of scrap paper and the cross. I thought, oh, this will look nice. It'll finish off that inside. So ink that up. Let's stamp off some of the ink. And I played around with the placement, and this is the one I end up liking the best. Oh, there we go. Very, very nice. So that's for the inside of our card. And we're done swiping, so a final swipe on our stamping sleeves. So now to put it together. All right, so here's our vellum. I thought, oh, isn't that pretty? And so I had it on here, and it just didn't look finished to me. I thought, what in the world? And I fooled around with different color, you know, for the card base and everything else. And I did some embossing, and it was just a little bit too much. So instead of putting it right on there, took another layer of the Purple Posy and just that thin, look at that, that little bit of white around it. Oh, gorgeous. So my snail adhesive. And so that's a small border, but it was just enough to make it pop. And I'll have a link to my blog post with this card with all the measurements. So it'll be easy for you to make these too. Okay, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is use Stampin' Dimensionals, these foam adhesive dots. Love these things for this layer. Clean and simple and quick and easy, but wow, is this a pretty card. All right, and so to get the backing off, take your thumbnail, and when you do that, look, that just pops right up, making it easy to get off. This may seem backwards what I'm doing, but I'll show you why in just a minute. I'm starting here. Okay, because with vellum, you can see adhesive through them, so we're going to hide the adhesive, but it's also, I want stronger than just snail. I really like snail when everything's flat, but for this, I want to use the mini glue dots. So we'll take these out, peel them back so you can see them in the light, and what we'll do, why I wanted that on there, so I know where to put these. I'm going to hide it behind our white die cut piece. And there we go. And I'm taking the paper to the dots because we don't want to touch them. Anytime you touch them, it takes away from that extreme stickiness. And then there we go. Isn't that pretty? Very, very nice. And then inside, of course, we'll put our Happy Easter that will finish off the card. Oh, beautiful. So this the So Very Vellum comes in the purple posy and just beautiful. So let me show it to you in all three colors. Here we go. Here's the other one, and that is the soft seafoam. Beautiful. And the pool party. Oh my goodness, it just makes it so hard to decide which one, but you don't have to, because when you place your $50 or more order March 3rd through March 31st in my online store, you can get, and it's the only way to get it, the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper absolutely for free. Oh, just love it. And so that starts March 3rd. It'll be available through March 31st if supplies last that long. And when you see how gorgeous this is, it's going to go fast, I bet. And I'll have a link to my blog post with the measurements for this card and also how to cut the designer paper, where I can do 10 per sheet. So that means in one pack, I could do 60 cards, and I'll share with you how to do that to get the most out of your designer series paper for my clean and simple Easter Promise card in the soft spring colors. If you'd like to make my clean and simple Easter cards in the soft and pretty colors, all the supplies are listed below the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. But remember, the only way to get the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper is for free with your $50 or more order placed March 3rd through March 31st, if supplies last that long, in my online store. So hurry on over to my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I'm Shelly Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.